This was so much fun for me. All this week, I'm on location at TV's biggest thrillers, and right now, I am bringing you the secrets of ABC's huge hit show, Revenge. I got a remarkable look at how they turned this California set into a location on the other side of the country, where the rich and famous go to play, the Hamptons in New York. Quiet, everyone. I'm on the set of one of my all-time favorite shows, ABC's Revenge, the suspense drama about the Hamptons.
Action, Emily and Madeline.
But we're not really in the Hamptons. We are on this soundstage in Manhattan Beach, California, about 30 minutes from LA.
Good evening, Emily. Victoria.
Emily VanCamp plays Emily Thorne, a manipulative sociopath who changes her identity and moves back to her childhood beach home in the Hamptons to seek, yes, revenge for her father's demise.
No, we've only known her for a few short months.
Madeline Stowe is Victoria Grayson, who Emily is out to destroy. The Grayson family framed Emily's father, and he later died in prison.
Oh, the time has run out for such frivolity. Your wedding is tomorrow, and the game is over. I've washed my hands of it.
The end of the scene is my cue to meet Madeline. I live in New York, spend time in the Hamptons, and can't wait to get her take. It's an amazing show, and one of the great things about this show is it really captures the allure of the Hamptons.
You're from there.
Well, I do spend a lot of time out there, yeah.
You know, I've never been, and I can't imagine that people like this actually exist there. I mean, this is such a heightened reality.
It may be a bit heightened. Victoria would never allow me in her manner. You know, those aren't the people I associate with. Yes.
She wouldn't speak like that either.
It's a shame you still feel the need to drop by unannounced.
If she were to say, AJ, you're really not welcome here, how would she say it? Sorry, I'm asking you to go into character now.
What on earth possessed you to think that you could enter our gates and sit down at my table? That's how
like this.
I know.
This is why we love Victoria. My next stop, from the Hamptons to Montauk, Long Island. Now, in real life, it's around 40 miles away, but we're really just going to the other side of the soundstage. A waterfront bar in Montauk is where the show's regular folk hang out, a place where I would feel much more at home. All right, so it looks like any old soundstage, but this is actually where the set for the Stowaway is, one of the great locations in the show Revenge. They built the entire restaurant and bar here on this stage with such incredible details down to the menu. You come behind the bar, there's this terrific picture of Jack with Amanda and the baby and lemons and limes, although these aren't real. Bottles of liquor, even behind the bar, they have the ketchup and the mustard. I did, of course, try to see if there was beer in the taps. No luck here, but there is a full wine rack, and there may be one less bottle by the time I'm through. You got the pool table, you got the jukebox, and all we need are some patrons, and this is actually a place that I would hang out and eat. The menu's pretty good. The attention to detail really floored me. There were even real prices on the menu. And then my visit got even better. Well, Josh, thank you for coming to the Stowaway with me. I'm trying to get service. It's
terrible.
The talented Josh Bowman joined me at the bar.
Place is empty when you need him.
Now, Josh is a British actor who does a fantastic job playing Victoria's son, Daniel Grayson. Emily is engaged to Daniel, part of her plot to ruin his family. First of all, I'm hearing you now speak in your regular accent, which is something that must throw people quite a bit.
I guess, yeah, probably, just because
we know you.
Yeah, I speak American on the show.
This might sound crazy.
Being somebody who spends a lot of time on Long Island and in New York, it's a terrific accent. Was there a vocal coach involved with that, or you just had to pick it up?
I did have a small bit of coaching when I lived in New York about 4 years ago, and then I just had to take it home with me and just work on it.
I created a new life for myself with Emily and put her out of my mind completely.
You know, I slip up every now and then, but I try and rein it in.
Josh didn't seem to be having any trouble to me, and next I got to watch him film a very intimate scene.
The next time you see me, I'll be walking the aisle in white.
When shooting starts, it's shockingly quiet. The actors speak in whispers.
What's wrong?
I keep wondering why you're not bringing it up.
And the crew gets everything they need in just a few takes. Cut now to my very fun and revealing chat with the show's leading lady, Emily VanCamp. I'm actually hanging out on Emily's porch. One of my favorite things, we often see Emily/Amanda peering out, gazing at the ocean from her oceanfront estate here in the Hamptons or in Manhattan Beach on a soundstage. But what's amazing is you're never looking at the ocean. I actually didn't even realize that it wasn't an exterior shot. Can we take a look here at
This
what we
is what
see?
I get to look at.
There's actually usually a green screen there. You got the dunes, but they just affect the image
and every once in a while
in
we have a
post.
bunch of sand down here, depending on what we're shooting.
Every now and then, your neighbor
little
just mysteriously
disappointing,
pops in
right?
from out of nowhere.
There's always, 25 people roaming around up here with me while I'm trying to, stare out at the ocean. It's definitely not the most intimate experience out here, even though we're often shooting very intimate scenes.
One of the things that's so fascinating, particularly as a fan of the show, is we're rooting for Amanda. We're rooting for her.
That's the goal.
Really, yes, it's the goal, but just step back and she's basically a psychopath. I mean, really, it's why do people root for this anti-hero the way that they do? And they want her to seek revenge. We shouldn't feel that.
I mean, it's like most, comic book heroes. They're flawed, and yet they have some kind of purpose that people identify with. And she's doing awful things, but she's doing them to awful people. And it's amazing to me that there aren't more people coming up to me, saying, what are you doing? How could you do this? They are completely and fully invested in her insanity. But I'm grateful for it, because that's when I started the show, is my #1 goal. If I can keep people rooting for this character, I'm doing my job.
And clearly, viewers are invested in the show, which for the stars is the ultimate revenge. Well, I got to thank everybody at Revenge Natasha. It was such a treat for me to be there.
It looked like so much fun. What about the makeout scenes when you're standing there watching? Was it awkward? Did they talk between,
Yeah,
takes?
no, it's a controlled environment. There are a lot of people around. It's not really awkward, but